so cold this morning. It's so foggy. I've had the Sennheiser MKE 200 now for maybe a year, probably over a year now. And I always see the MKE 400 come up. And the reason I got the Sennheiser MKE 200 was because it's literally under £100 and it's really small and compact, and I thought it would be perfect for when I'm going out and I don't want to take a bigger microphone with me, but something that had good sound. And anyway, like I said, I had the MKE 400 in mind and I've had it in my basket for ages, and I just thought, you know what, let me just get it because I really want to see or hear what the difference is between that and the 200. So that's basically what this video is going to be about. And the audio that you're hearing at the moment and that you heard previously is on the MKE 200. And I've said this in a lot of other videos that it's a great microphone. I also use the Rode Video Mic Go 2, and I think I personally prefer the Go 2 just because I feel like it's a bit bassier and I feel like that's better for my voice rather than something which has more clarity like the Sennheiser. But this is why I want to try the MKE 400 to see how different it sounds against the 200. The audio that you're hearing is still coming from the MKE 200 because I've got the 400 here. But essentially, this one, like I said, is more expensive, but it's got some features on the microphone itself so that you can control your audio a little bit better. The first thing is that it's got a gain dial, so you can bump up the gain by 20 decibels or lower it by 20 decibels or just have it at 0. And what I actually like to do is make sure that I'm increasing the gain on a microphone rather than doing it in the camera, because then you're going to get a lot less noise and just get better audio because you're using the gain that comes from the camera, from the microphone itself. So I will most likely have that on 20 depending on my surroundings, and then just make sure that my audio record levels in my camera are as low as they can be. Then the next thing that it has is a low pass filter. So if you're somewhere which is really noisy, it's going to isolate your voice a lot more. So with that switched on, you'll just get clearer audio from your voice. What I would do is if I was filming B-roll or any ambient noise, then I'd probably switch that off. So I'd only really use that if I was going to be talking to the camera like I'm doing now. The other thing that it has, which is really handy if your camera doesn't have a headphone port, is a headphone port. So you can monitor your audio directly from the microphone itself, and then it's got the volume switch on there as well, so you can turn it up or turn it down. That's not to do with the gain, that's literally just to do with the volume that you're hearing in your headphones. So if you want to do anything with the gain, it's the gain dials and then the volume for the headphones. But that's just really useful if you've got a camera which doesn't actually have a headphone port. So the other thing that I really love about this, that I wish more microphones had that require power, is the fact that when you plug it into your camera and you switch your camera on, it will turn on automatically. There have been too many times before in the past where I've used a microphone that requires you to actually switch it on before you start using it, and then I've forgotten to do that, and then I've had to reshoot the whole thing because it doesn't have an auto power on. So that has this has that, which is really, really useful, and yeah, it just saves you a lot of time if you forget. Speaking of batteries, so I've just put the MKE 400 on my camera, so this is the audio that you're hearing now from that. You do have to use AAA battery, so it doesn't actually come with its own dedicated rechargeable battery, which would have been nicer actually. I actually prefer that. It just makes it easier, but it just means that I always have to have some batteries with me. And I think the thing that I like about having a dedicated battery that you have to charge in the microphone is the fact that normally you could just plug in a USB-C cable and then just charge it like that, rather than having to switch out batteries and then put some other batteries in, but that's a minor thing. It just means I have to carry around a spare set of batteries, but yeah, something to note. This audio is also from the MKE 400. I've got it plugged in, and what I would say is that in terms of actually setting up the microphone, I've currently got the low cut filter on because there's traffic that's going by every now and then, so I'm hoping that it is isolating my voice when I have it on. What I'll do is I'll switch it off so that you can also hear what it sounds like without. And just wait for another car to come by, which probably won't be for a little while now. Okay, so now this is the audio, what the audio sounds like without the the low pass filter on. I tried to say that fast while there was a car going by because I've been waiting for about 10 minutes for some more cars to go by. So hopefully you heard the difference. I'd just go for a little wander before I go home, because why not? It's still very foggy though, and it's very cold, so I'm definitely not going to be out for long. But before I do head back, I just thought I'd tell you what comes in the box and how much it differs from the MKE 200, because obviously you'll hear the difference, but there are a couple of other differences as well. But essentially in the box you get the microphone, you get a dead cat, you get a little bag to put everything in, and then you also get two cables. So you get a TRS cable and you get a TRS to TRRS, so that means that you can use it with your smartphone, which makes it really handy, so you don't have to buy extra things. It just gives you everything that you need. And the great thing that I love about the MKE series of microphones is the fact that the microphone itself kind of has its own its own shock mount, so it's kind of built into the camera, so there's no extra cradle or anything like that. That's what makes it so compact, and one of the reasons why I really loved using the MKE 200. But just listening back to the footage on my laptop now, the MKE 400 sounds really good. I actually really like it, and there's definitely a difference between that and the 200. So what I'll probably do is just keep the 200 for using with something like my GoPro when I use that, and then use my MKE 400 mainly for when I'm filming with my A7S III like now. And what I'm going to do in another video, because I absolutely love the Rode Video Mic Go 2, it sounds great, I'll compare that to the MKE 400 and see which one I prefer. But already just from like using it, the MKE 400 for me has the better advantage because it is just so compact. So what do you think? How do you think the MKE 400 sounds? Let me know in the comments below. Also, give the video a like if you found it useful, because it does help the channel. I'll drop links to both the microphones, the MKE 200 and the MKE 400 in the description if you want to get either of them. If you use the affiliate links, they do help out the channel as well, so thank you if you do buy them from my links. But otherwise, thanks for watching. I almost tripped over then. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. There's just something about filming outdoors with natural light when it's overcast as well. When it's overcast, it just makes the footage look really nice. And yeah, you don't get the contrasty look on your face or whatever, but I don't know, there's just something about that kind of lighting that I really